Every 10 years, each household in the United States receives a 10-question survey called the decennial census. The census is used to collect population and housing data that determines how more than $600 billion in federal, state, and local funds are distributed. These funds are used for essential services and infrastructure that are particularly vital to underserved communities. Census data is also used to draw congressional district lines, and it informs the basis of countless government and academic studies that drive public policy, decisions, and legislation. The U.S. Census is an essential resource to our nation. However, the current data collection process is far from perfect. There are 3 key areas in dire need of improvement. 1. Creating census questions that are not exclusionary or discriminatory. For example, the current administration's push to reintroduce the citizenship question has caused fear in undocumented immigrants and may further deter them from participating. Because of requirements like these, the U.S. Census is ineffective, inaccurate, and untrusted. 2. Allowing people to have the right to decide what questions are asked. For example, there's no reliable national data about how many LGBTIQ people live in the U.S. The census does not ask about sexual orientation of individuals. Therefore, people who are not in same-sex partnered and/or married couples are not counted in any way. Additionally, the gender question only has options male or female. This contributes to the erasure of those who are transgender, intersex, two-spirit, or any other gender identity. It also makes it extremely difficult for funds and resources to be properly distributed to LGBTIQ organizations and services. 3. Data integrity and security. There is growing concern about the privacy of sharing personal data both online and offline. There is currently no way for an outside party to verify that an individual's privacy is not being compromised when they submit the census form. We firmly believe that blockchain technology is the best way to protect and secure personal information as well as preserve historic data such as the census counts. We introduce Popchain. Popchain solves the problems of the traditional census by employing the 4 founding principles of the Open Census Protocol: extensibility, anonymity, verifiability, and decentralization. Popchain enables undercounted and underrepresented communities to feel safe about contributing their personal information to a national census count. While developing Popchain, we addressed diversity and inclusion every step of the way. We used an inclusive design methodology and worked alongside the communities most directly impacted by our work. Building relationships and trust amongst key stakeholders, such as local community organizations, service providers, and elected officials, was one of the most challenging parts of this rapid 6-week timeline. However, it was also the most important because it allows us to design and develop with real-time feedback and truly understand the needs of our users so that we can build a product that provides them with tangible value. We choose to do our research in Jackson Heights, Queens, because it is one of the most diverse working-class immigrant neighborhoods in New York City. Queens has a history of having unreasonably low population counts, and as a result, New York lost 2 seats to the House of Representatives after the 2010 census. We talked to people on the streets of Queens and spoke to community leaders from homeless, immigrant, and LGBT-focused organizations. We learned about their challenges and focused on our development approach to be accessible to users who have limited comfort and access to the latest technology.
So how does it work? Popchain uses third-party digital identity services such as Uport to allow individuals to log in to our secure platform. After logging in, a public and private key pair is generated for the user. Our web-based platform is a progressive web app that can run on all types of computers and smartphones. In addition, we're developing an SMS-based application that will make it easy to fill out the census without a high-tech device or Wi-Fi connection. The Popchain census is a smart contract that gives users the ability to add and answer new questions that are not yet being asked. When the user has completed the form, their private key is used to sign and submit the data. Every census entry is encrypted and anonymously stored on the Ethereum blockchain. Once the results are collected, we decrypt the data and publicly display the aggregate results. In this process, no user's personal identity will ever be revealed to Popchain or anyone else. Only the person submitting the form will know what information they submit. Our rigorous research and on-the-ground interviewing led us to a technological solution that will drive a sustainable business. Popchain is a for-profit organization. We offer data analytic tools to companies and government organizations so that they can make more informed decisions. We also offer free services and an attribution system. that allows us to see where and when our data is being used and track the effectiveness of our services. To date, the Popchain team has completed our white paper and begun development on our alpha prototype. By April 2019, we will launch a closed beta and prepare for a 2020 pilot launch in Queens, New York. From there, we will continue to launch the Popchain census city by city across the United States. Popchain and the Open Census Protocol were developed within the Blockchain for Social Impact Hackathon. Our team settled on the decision to focus on reinventing the census out of a deep concern that the current census does not accurately reflect the nation's people. The Popchain census uses blockchain technology to disrupt the erasure of identities and privacy threats that the traditional census perpetuates.